Go live!
Select the statements that are true about greatest common factors.
Boom, 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 boom. I thought I did this already. I didn't do this already. The GCF is the largest number or variable that divides evenly into all the terms. Yes, 7th grade, we are factoring expressions to the assignment and the quiz, hopefully in under 30 minutes. Because the long videos, I know you guys must be dying, and I'm sorry, but that's the life you live. The GCF is always an even number. No. The GCF is the largest number or variable that divides. Is this mic on? All right, thank you. Evenly the most terms. The GCF is the largest number or variable that divides evenly. Yes. In the most of the terms? No, it's gonna be all the terms. Always at odd, the GCF is the number or variable that can be undistributed in an algebraic expression. Yeah? Oh! I really didn't know that. I really was like, whatever.
Find the greatest common factors for each pair of terms.
First thing I do when I'm looking for this, does the small one divide into the big one? Yes. Does this? No, it doesn't, right? So it's like, that's got to be like 5. The X can't, but the 2 can divide into 4. And here, what's 14, 14, and 14? Because that looks really familiar right there. 14, 14, and 14. Whiteboard. Because we know that 4 times 3 is 12, and that ends in 2, if that makes any sense. Right here, they're going to hit me with like a million things. Stop. Thank you. Yeah, because 4 times 3 is 4, ends in 2. I'm kind of going to guess it works here. 3 times 4 is 12. 3, 42. Booyah. And the other thing I noticed is that the X is also common with the 42, so it's got to be, what do we say? What the heck? It's not 14? But 14 times 3 is 42. Oh, man, I thought I had lost my brain.
Use the rewritten fractions to determine factors of the fractional terms.
What? What is... Oh, you know what? We need our music, folks. And I found this new one. This is pretty dope. Pretty toony.
We live in strange times.
I just want to say that as soon as that got a little difficult, my brain went away from it automatically. What is not a common factor for the 2 fractional terms? Not a common factor. Alright, well, a third is because see how it ends here, and they gave us, I'm sure they yeah. Here's a third, not going to be common. A third X, well, there's a third, there's an X and X, gotta be that. 2/3 though? Yeah, 2/3 is a factor. Because, you can divide this 10 by 2, and a 2 it could be divided 2. So y is not, because this whole right term does not have a y. Genius.
Identify the missing part of the factored expression.
Well, they did most of this for us. And anybody got a guess on what 13 times 13 is? I mean, they're just taking 169 divided by 13. 39, that was 3. Yeah, 39. So guess what? 13 squared is 39. I bet you 52. Let's check. Well, my bad. Just to check, but I'm pretty confident on this one. Because just how we did up here, 4 times 3 ends in 2. So 13 times 4, 2, 1, 52. Yeah, okay. And since this side does not have an X, that means this term here can't have an X. Negatives are good.
Can you explain how to factor the algebraic expression given?
Well, I would find the GCF of both terms and divide out. Use parentheses to group. They're gonna mark me wrong, but that's cool. GCF, divide it out. If you factor it out, the fourth expression becomes... Yeah, because 4 times x is 4x and 4 times 8 is... Yeah, sure, bruh.
Use what you know about factoring to identify the equivalent expression.
Well, here's a hint. If you listen to the lesson, you see how the denominator is 4? That means we can factor out a fourth. This one doesn't have an x. This 1/4 does not have an x, so there's no x coming with it. And 1/4 divided by a fourth is 1, so that's where we're gonna have a 1. It can't be negative because there's no negative here. Okay, and then negative 3/4 x divided by a fourth is not a positive because this is a negative, and we're dividing out a positive fourth, not a negative fourth.
Use your knowledge of factoring to identify the equivalent expression.
Again, just look and see if this can go into this. 17 divided by 7 is 1, and 34 divided by 17 is 2. This side has an x, this side has an x. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this 17x all the way to the outside. See, they've already got them ready for us. And now what is positive 17 divided by 17 is 1. Notice how they all have the 1s for us. And now negative 34 divided by a positive 17 is a negative 2. This is the only one with a negative 2. Okay, and that was probably the only check. We got lucky on that one, boys and girls.
The expression shown has an x squared term in it. Can you find the greatest common factor of the expression?
I don't know, maybe. To factor the expression 3x squared minus 9x, Caleb found the GCF as shown. 3x squared, 3xx, 9x equals 3x, GCF 3 times x equals 9x squared. Wow, that's crazy, man. He did a lot of work. I mean, that's confusing. To help me find the answer, what I'm going to do is do what I always or most times do anyway. Because I'm just going to factor 3x squared minus 9x. Because that's what math problems do a lot. They like to get cray-cray. And what I notice is that this can go into this. So guess what? I'll write the 3 over here. And then that's divided by 3, that's divided by 3. Now, that'll knock that out. That'll make this a minus 3. What else do they have in common? An x, right? So since they both have an x, what I could do is I could divide by x. And if you divide by something, just put it on the outside here. Okay. Now, if I divide x squared, which is x times x, by x, what happens? 1 goes away. What do I have left? X. And over here, I have an x divided by an x. And what happens when you have an x divided by an x? They go away. So this is going to be like a 1 invisible, but it stays right here. Now, is this factored out? Yes, sir-ree. So what did they do wrong? I don't know what they did wrong. They started multiplying and doing all kind of crazy stuff. Caleb factored 3x squared incorrectly. I don't know, yeah. Caleb factored 9x incorrectly. Oh, 3x squared is factored properly. That's can't be right. Caleb factored 9x incorrectly. 3 times 3 times x. Yep, that'll work. Caleb found the product of all factors, not just the ones. Okay, so here's a 3, here's a 3. Well, I see 3 3s. The fourth says Caleb did not make an error, so we're forced to pick that one, but I see 3 3s. I don't know what they're talking about exactly. But I do see that he did sort of multiply everything and smush it together.
Identify the error in the student's work and provide the correct solution.
Okay. Well, she factors out a 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. But you see how this plus 12 over 13 is plus 12 over 13? Did she divide 12 over 13 by 4? No. So she didn't even factor. She didn't factor the 12 over 13. Yup. I think so. Oh.
Solve this problem by factoring to find the length of one side of the hexagon.
One side of the hexagon. So, these problems are cool. You guys are sort of getting to where math can be fun if you like get nerdy and down into it. How many sides does a hexagon have? If you said 6, you're amazing. Oh, and I'm drawing an octagon like a weirdo. Does that mean that it'll... see, my hexagon is so bad. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so the perimeter of the regular hexagon is 42. But now, well, all we have to know is how many sides this has, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so if we know that a hexagon has 6 sides, we know all we're going to do is we're just going to take 42x minus 24. And we're going to divide everything by 6. Which becomes 42x divided by 6 is 7x, right? And then negative 24 divided by 6 is minus 4. That's 6 sides of 7x minus 4. And again, my 4 looks like a 9. So this should be, I should be looking for 7x minus 4 right there.
Identify the expression for the length of the square side using the expression for the square's perimeter and the rewritten fraction.
Which expression represents the length of one of the playground sides? Square. David helped us out right here. Alright, so this question is basically factor of 4 out. That's what I'm seeing. Right. Because it's 4-sided, we just want to factor a 4 out. So let's factor 4 out. 56 plus 8 thirds x. Well, again, if we factor a 4 out, we're just going to divide everything by 4. 56 divided by 4. 56 divided by 4. 14. Alright, this is a positive 8, right? Yeah. Okay, so I guess we just do this. Okay. Now if we look, I don't remember seeing a 14 plus a 2 1/3, right? So that's weird. They're like doing all this stuff for us, but it actually makes us do another step. So we can simplify this over here. We just gonna rewrite 14 plus what's 2 times 1, and then basically what's 1 times 3, and then x. And now do we have a 14 plus 2/3 x? We do have a 14 plus 2/3 x.
Explain how to rewrite this expression to show the cost each person is paying.
Alright, the total bill of the meal at the restaurant is 25x minus 115. 5 friends agree to split the cost of the meal. What could you do to find the amount that each person must pay? Explain. Well, okay. 1, find the GCF. 2, divide by that amount. What is it? Rewrite 3, rewrite in fraction form. Rewrite. I don't know, rewrite with parens. 4. Test it. That's what they asked for, right? Do they ask us to find the answer? 5x minus 2 23. Yep. Yes. OMG, 100%. What up, player haters? Let's get this quiz, bro. I'm feeling this one today. And after I said that, I'm going to get it wrong. Alright, here's what I noticed. What is the greatest common factor of the terms, okay? Here's what I noticed. They both have a B, so my answer has to have a B. They all have B's. Here's what I noticed. This one has a 3 and this one has a 6, right? I can divide a 3 by a 3 and I can divide 6 by a 3. So it's got to have a 3 in there somewhere. Can't be these two. The tops are both 7. They don't factor. Wait a minute. This one's tricky. I think it's 1/3. Oh, it has to be 1/3 B. I was just wondering if this... Would we want to factor out... No, we're going to still do this. That's a good question. Should we factor out... Should we factor out the 7B? And now I'm curious. I'm not even worried about this. I'm just curious a little. Oh, what? Give me my piggyback. Alright. Question. Can 7/3 be divided by 7? Question mark, right? We'll keep change flip. This becomes 7. Oh, sorry. These cancel. This becomes 1/3. Let's pretend it's I divided by B. This becomes 1/3 minus, and then 7/6 divided by 7B is same 7/6 divided or times 1/7B. The 7's cancel. This is 1/6B. I'm sorry, because the B is coming out. Whoa, I'm stuck. Okay, so they taught us a trick for this, right? So here's what I'm saying. I'm saying the answer is 7B, because 7B times 1/3 minus 1/6 equals... Alright, so what's 7B times 1? It's 7... Oh, I'm sorry. There's an A here. There's nothing here. So it would be 7B... Because 7B times 1, right? Over 3... minus 7, oh, no, AB, 7/6B. That's nice. I like that. I'm going with that one. Which expression is equivalent to -28? Hold on, I'm going to move this over here real quick. -28xy divided plus.
I'm Jane.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Well, what do you notice about -28 and +35? They're both divisible by 7, right? So, we'll divide -28 by 7. You're going to get -4. They both have y, so the y is coming out. So it's got to be this one or this one. And then what would be a +35 divided by a +7? it's got to be 5. But this one has a y, and we are factoring the y out, so it's got to be our friend here. All right, an equilateral triangle has a perimeter of 12x plus 18. Which expression can be used to show the length of one side? Okay, so what we have to realize here is that we're dealing with a triangle, right? So when we factor this, it's got to be 12x plus 18. We're going to divide everything by 3. We're going to factor out a 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4x. And 18 divided by 3 is 6, okay? So we're looking for 4x plus 6. I only see one of those. And you only see one of these that are actually pulling out a 3. The factors of each term in the expression 8x plus 12xy are shown below. Sorry, that looked too familiar. Okay. What is the greatest common factor of 8x plus... Okay, so first of all, notice that both have an x, so we're going to factor out an x. And the second is 8 and 12, they're both like, they look like both 4s, right? 4, 8, and then 4, 8, 12, and then you cannot divide 12 by 8, so I'm going with 4x on that one. Which is a complete list of factors of each term in the expression 15 plus 20x. Okay, so 1, 3, 5, 15. 1 times 15, 3 times 5. This makes sense. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20x. So 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5 and x. Good, because they had x. All right, this is me so far. Automatically, this 20 is missing the x. This 20 is missing 1 and 20. And this says complete list. This 20x is missing the 20, so 2 times what? It's got to be, no, so that one was a kind of an easy gimme one. Unless they meant this one, but they said complete list. So I gotta go with the complete list. These are these tricky 7th grade quizzes that give you wrong answers even though you're right. Serena's writing an expression that is equivalent to 12 times a times b minus 6 times b, but she has not completed it. What is the missing expression? Well, let's see if we can like do this and catch ourselves where she kind of stopped. But just more tricks to get us to do the work. Again, I noticed a b, I noticed a b, I noticed that this 6 can divide this 12, so what's coming out of this whole thing... Alright, I'm not going to bring the negative out because their negative symbol is still there, so let me fix my correction. So, if I divide everything by 6b, here's what's going to happen. Cancel, cancel. This b cancels here, and this 12 is divided by 6. So what we get is 6b on the outside of our parentheses. 12 divided by 6 is 2. B divided by b is b, so we're left with a. And anything divided by itself is 1. Alright, so... Oh, see 2a minus 1? Here's 2a minus 1. What do we have here? 6b. So let's put our 6b. Maya's asked to find the GCF of each term in the expression 32 times x times y minus 18y. Her work is shown below. Alright, she's got factors. She got 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, x and y, good. 18, she got 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18y. I guess so. I'm pretty shoddy sometimes at this. GCFs 1, 2, xy. 1, 2, xy. Is that true? It is true. Is it true? That's interesting. 4, 18, 9, 2, 6, 3. Okay. Which best describes the accuracy of Maya's solution? I don't know. It looks accurate. What's wrong with it? Maya factored 32xy incorrectly. I don't know. Nothing times 3. 4 works. 5 can't work. 6 can't work. 7 doesn't work. 8 times 4. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, nothing. It's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. 4 doesn't work. 5 doesn't work. 6 works. 7 doesn't work. 8 doesn't work. 9 works. And the rest is history. The GCF is XY. Okay, so here's the error right there. The 18 doesn't have an X. Maya factored correctly but did not find the correct GCF. WAD is rewriting the expression 12D minus 26C as a product. Which statements about the expression are accurate and relevant to his rewriting the expression? Select 2 options. So we're looking for accurate and relevant. We're looking for accurate and relevant. Relevant is so subjective. The greatest common factor of the numbers in each term is the expression, and the expression is 2. Yeah, I get that, because 26 is a funny number. It's like 1, 2, 13, 26. So, alright, the G's, 4, no. The GCF of the variables in each term is the expression CD, and that's not correct. The factored expression is 2 parentheses 6D. 2 times 6D is 12D, right? So that's good. 2 times negative 13C is negative 26C. That's good. And this, okay, so we got that one right there. What is the greatest common factor of the terms in the expression 36A times, or plus 54 times A times B minus 27B? What is the greatest common factor of the terms? Okay, so, alright. I'm seeing, if you look at this, you can see that 9 works, and if 9 works with all 3 of them, then that means we're doing a lot of work here, I think. So if we look at this, right, we got 36A, which is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't work, 6 works, and 6 we should know is the middle, because 6 times 6 is that, so we're gonna go 9 times 4, 12 times 3, 18 times 36, and 36 times 1. And don't forget your friend, the A. Alright, next. 54AB. Just look real quick. We know our answer is not going to have A or B. Because this has A, but this has A, but this doesn't. This has B, but this doesn't. So A and B, no. 36 has 18. Alright, so okay, so 1 times what? 54, right? 2 times what? 27. 3 definitely works. 8, 18, 4 does not work, 5 doesn't work, 6 definitely works with 9, and 7 and 8 work. 7 times, no, nope. So 6 and 8, or 7 and 8 don't work, so we're done. So already we see that 9 and 18, that's not an option, so we gotta go to the last one, unfortunately. And 27B. Oh, don't forget the AB here, but we don't need them. 1, 27, 3, 9, notice what are we missing already? Missing the 18. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, there you go, that's it. So we have 9, 9, and 9. We have 18s. Scratch. And we have no letters, so it has to be just 9. And that's what I said when we started. I was like, look at all, like, look how 9 goes into everything. We're gonna have a problem here. Alright, Jill is factoring the expression 13xy minus 52y. Her work is shown below. Factors of 13xy are 1, 13xy. That is good. Factors of 52y are 1, 2, 26, 52y. Let's see. What about, didn't we have earlier in this same exact lesson? Because 4, yeah, they're missing 4. So we already know that she's missing 4 and 13. Yeah, she says the GCF is Y, but we're missing 13 and 4. Factory expression. Oh, snap! There we go. There's our 13. Jill's solution is correct. No, Jill omitted a factor pair, which affected the GCF and factor different expression. Jill made an error when determining the GCF from her list of factors. Alright, hold on. Jill made an error when writing the factored expression. No. Jill made an error when determining the GCF from her list of factors. No. Based off her list of factors, she is correct. Jill made a factor pair which affected the GCF and factor. Alright, I'm going with my answer because it just seems right. Yeah. Alright, let's count them up. This one was tricky. I like this problem the best, I think, because it challenged me. Because I still think you can factor out a third B. But that leaves it to be 7A minus... But also, I think a third is a factor, and I think 7 is a factor, and the greatest common factor would be 7. This one was cool. This was good. Factor problems just make me slow down because you just miss one thing, you get the whole problem wrong. But I'm pretty confident on these ones. This one gives me hesitation. I think we're good. I think we're good. That's pretty good. So I'm thinking 90%. 90%. Shut the front door in your face. See you later, folks.